Hey everyone, so yeah, I'm gonna do like it's a short practice, 30 minutes, followed by an 18-minute qualifying and then 25% race distance. So I figured I know there are a lot of people who are new to league racing, and I know some of you are looking to like improve. I know one thing I used to get better, and now I'm racing at like 100 AI, is watching other people. So I thought I'd post this just in case anyone is interested in watching, maybe getting some ideas on setups and kind of seeing how I drive. I'm not claiming to be the best driver there is, that's definitely not the case. Just figured it might help, especially those newcomers who are like still trying to figure out like setups and braking points, especially around this track, which can be absolutely treacherous and very aggressive. So yeah, if anyone fancies a watch, take some advice, then yeah, go for it, and I will do my best to show you guys a decent race as well. It's 25 minutes, it's a 25%er, so if my math is right, that's 13 laps, which of this track is about 20 minutes. So during my practice, I'm actually looking to do that sort of stint and see how I do with regards to tyre wear, as well as so tyre wear, and just take it from there really. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to set my car up now. So I have quite a few actual car setups loaded. Monza isn't one of them, but it's very close to my Sochi one. So for Sochi I run 2.5 wings. For Monza I run a little bit less. I probably on this track could go a little bit higher and then take traction control off, but I'm not quite ready for traction control off completely. Like, I use medium. So yeah, I'm able to run quite aggressive wings on this track, which I like. I'm going to set the fuel. See, if it's a 13 lap race, I always try and overfuel it a little bit in case I need something in the tank. So I'm going to go to 14 laps because 13.8 isn't enough, so 14.3 is good for me. Tyre pressure, I always try, and especially on fast tracks, my tyre pressure is going to be as low as possible. In the rain I increase it so there's a bit more grip to the track, but in these sorts of situations I tend to
the forecast is good for this session. Dry weather all the way.
So I tend to bring my tyre pressures down so there's not as much like surface area and it is faster. So now that I've done that, I'm actually going to save this setup so that I can just load it quickly next time. And you can see I've got quite a few. I always like to say, is it in the dry or wet? Obviously we all know you need different setups for dry to wet conditions. So yeah, I've got 14.3 laps on. I'm gonna look to go out on the softs just to see what tyre deg is like, and we'll take it from there. So if I can kind of estimate whereabouts I'm gonna be in regards to my pit stops. So nope, wrong one, sorry. Okay, so go to track, drive out obviously.
Like a rubber out on track.
Let's go for it.
Try to take it easy for a couple of laps.
So I think I'm probably going to do about 6 laps on these tyres and see how they manage. One thing I find really useful, especially when you're racing against other people, is having this on the corners, but just because obviously if you get your braking point wrong, if you're too aggressive, you could go into the back of someone. If you're too easy early braking, then you're going to have someone going in the back of you, which potentially is going to not just ruin your race but theirs as well. So I find that to be helpful. Obviously you want to get on DRS as quickly as possible. Just running in standard mix, and try and hug the curb as much as you can without going over it. I'm now going to get into JSC's slipstream. I won't get past him just yet. I'm going to use that kind of for the home straight. So let's go. So tyre wear, looking at 4% for the first lap, and that was on standard / rich, so let's see. Trying just before the 100-metre mark. I lifted off there a little bit and that sent me wide, which I shouldn't have done. But getting going, but I did get like 15% engine recovery system, which is going to allow me a bit of a better line through this corner. I always try and not do sector 2 rich because it's a lot more technical. So let's see how I do. Obviously this is not a quality time I'm looking to set, this is about race for me. I'm not overly worried about my quality time, so I'm not expecting to be kind of close to the top, because obviously I'm going to be running a lot more laps of fuel here than probably most drivers. Getting tower now around 8%, always try and look at the worst case scenario, because that is where I'm going to be in the race ultimately. So
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature
that's not
and
bad.
surface
I'm
temperature,
a second behind first. I'm ahead JFC. I'm quite happy with that
surface
time.
temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
But obviously he was on the mediums and I'm on the softs. Going to see how it goes when I switch over to the softs, because I'm going to, when I get into the pits to change, I'm literally going to put the same amount of fuel in as I'm coming in with, so it is like a race simulation. You see at the moment we're looking around about 4 to 5% tyre wear a lap on these tyres, so lap 6, obviously this is technically lap 3 but it is my 4th lap out on the tyres, so that's what I'm considering here. I don't like to use the R's too much unless I'm about to make an overtake, just simply because it does drain very quickly, and around this track there are not many opportunities to get it back. So wide there and over there, actually not great, but that is my first error in 4 laps, so I can't be too disgruntled with that. Let's take on lap 3. And right now I'm looking at, so this is, I've done 4 laps. I've still got a lap of fuel over because I wanted to do 13 total, so. And as we can see there, I massively overstepped. Wasn't concentrating on my braking point. Another key thing, obviously when you are currently at your braking point you want to focus on that, so. I'm already a second down in the first exit because of that whoopsie. But again, this isn't about time, this is about tyre wear and trying to figure out when to pit for me and when. too wide there and got another invalidation, but that's okay. I'm not, like I said, this isn't about time for me, it's about finding a lap tyre wear. And like I said, I'm probably going to pit on lap 6. This is the end of my 5th lap, so I'm going to head in after the next lap. Keeping, obviously I'm now going to be on very warm tyres, 25%. So my next thing here is going to be getting on with rich fuel and seeing what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to do a flat out lap on rich fuel without using EOS at level 3. Just going to focus and see how much I can recover in one lap. I was at 27 when I started, I'm now at 39, but with EOS it recovers under braking, and there are not many braking points on this track, so as you can see, we've already obliterated a lap of fuel, so I'm going to have to go easy now. So we've got 7 laps to go and about 7.8 laps of fuel in, so we're going to pit now. Got a bit too keen forgetting that pit limiter is not on in there in the assist for this league, so obviously something to bear in mind in a race. If that does happen, you're going to face a 5-second penalty, so not ideal. We'll drop you a couple of places. I think I had about 7.8 laps of fuel left. So we're going to go back to 7.8 laps of fuel, and I'm going to change on to the meters, which saying it's only about 10 faster, but we're going to lower the fuel, and my car is running to 7.8 or as close as 7.9, cool, that works, and get straight back out.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 22.4.
After that I'm going to do, I might do a quali sim. Obviously I've got to be aware of which tyres I'm using, how much I'm using, because of the race and what my tyre allocation is. So let's drive out.
Engine fired, we're set.
And I'm going to try and do 7 laps on these tyres and see what my tyre wear was like. I'll be able to look when we get back to the garage what my tyre wear on my softs were. On my softs for 6-7 laps. I believe it was 6, yeah, because that would have been my 5th lap. 4 laps is fast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my, I know it's matter, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ERS here to get it down to the level it was at, which was about 45%, so it's fair. Now you can see I've still got quite a lot of fuel left, so what I'm going to do is get down to about 30. That has gone offline now, so that means it will not be getting used. And here we go. 6 more laps to do on this tyre. We're looking at 3 to 4% tyre wear for that lap, but that was on rich. to be really careful for those corners, because obviously if you're not even going just slightly wide off of the curb, nowhere near even halfway, but yeah, go slightly over the curb, there will invalidate your lap. And if you're on a hot lap, thankfully I wasn't, but if you are, it's going to mess you up a bit, so let's skip this and go see what I do. And this is lap 3 of 7. Knew that was going to be close. Okay. Let's get this in the go. That's lap 3. I've got 4 more laps I want to do, so now I'm going to have to be really careful with the fuel I'm mixing here, because I'm only 0.2 up. So let's see. Keeping track of your fuel is going to be vital towards the end of any race. Don't want to go into low fuel mode, because you will drop about 10 seconds a lap doing that. Oh, my tyres are looking 14%, seem much fresher there. We're at 3 laps left and 0.2 in the tank. I'm not quite sure why that keeps popping up. Have a look again. Yeah, I'm not sure. Be out and validated. Jeez, I'm making quite a few mistakes at the moment. So when I tend to find that, I'm wondering, are these tyres suited for me? What I'm going to do now, because I've got 2 more laps to run, I'm going to see, that's 1 flying lap and 1 in lap. Save this, smash it up into rich, nothing there, see how this works.
We're low on fuel. Box in the next 2 laps, please.
good lap there as well. Cover it.
Come in this lap, please. Box this lap. When driving with the pit assist disabled, you'll need to be mindful of your speed when entering the pit lane. If you hit the limiter line too fast, you'll pick up a penalty. Watch the on-screen prompts that show your target speed and distance to the limiter line.
Actually, I think that drift in the second sector did cost me a PV there. Gonna take it back to the pits now and see what my tyre wears are looking like for the two situations and decide on my tactics. If I'm gonna run a 5.8 or if I'm gonna run a 6.7 stint, which the earlier pit you do have to bear in mind how much traffic you're going to come out into. Sometimes I do prefer playing on the medium tyres, but if you have, say, like a lap 1 collision, you have no option but to switch onto the hards, because you obviously have to run the 2 different compounds, and the softs are not going to last the entire way, so into the pit. So about 7 minutes left. Tyre wear 24%, 27. So that was 6. That was 7 laps. That's 6 laps. Is that showing me? Is that the tyre deg was not much of a difference over the course of the 2 runs. Obviously, I did 1 more lap on the mediums. However, is it going to be worth it taking an early stop? I'm not sure. I don't think so, because 27% is more than manageable. So, and I did feel a lot faster on those tyres than I did on the I did feel a lot more comfortable on the softs when I did the mediums. So, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a trial, a hot lap, on a fresh pair of softs, just see how I do. See, obviously I've got quite a lot more tyres available to me.
Okay, the circuit is clear at the moment. We're good to go.
So should be alright there. So gonna go to track again. Actually, I think I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes. I don't want to get out when the track is at the hottest, which obviously will be towards the end of the session. So give it a few minutes. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna go get a drink.
We're 14th in the speed trap, 212.3 miles per hour. All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
There you go guys, I'm back, as you can see. So, with any warm-up platform, quality, I'm not going to put pressure, I'm going to take it easy, make sure I get around, not use up my ears unless I have to. And here we go.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Where's that? See purple first. Yeah, let's see, I think it's going to be special. To ease up a bit, I wasn't sure about my racing line, but as we come across... Second, I'll take it. So, not bad, third. I mean, what, 3.5 tenths behind first, that was a phenomenal lap by him. But yeah, I'm happy with third, 5 thousandths ahead of fourth, that was close. Don't know what happened there, but okay. Somehow my car ended up in the wall. Not quite sure how. I have a lot of work to do to get it ready for quali. I'm pretty close there, 2/10 of a second separating second and fifth. I have a feeling this is going to be an interesting qualifying. Let's see. What I tend to do with qualifying, I'll get a banker lap in. So I'm going to go out on the medium first, get a banker lap in. When I say banker, it doesn't not mean that I'm going to be going easy, but I'm going to go, and we'll give it, see how it does, and then just before, just before quali, like at the end of quali, I will head back out for a smash lap. Basically what I just did. It won't be as quick because DRS will be on hot lap rather than overtake, and so I won't use as much ERS, and but we will have the max fuel. So I'm waiting to see which pose is better in quali compared to practice. So let's see. So yep, all of these times. You can see there my 3 laps on what I did. It's 15% time, so that's quite insane. So I'm going to head out, get a banker lap in. Session, just double check my car settings. Yep, happy with that. I'm going to go a bit more just to make sure. I mean, if I'm running max, it could be 2 laps of fuel, I think. So obviously I want to get back. But I guess if I do run lean, I know it's only a kilo's difference, but if I run lean in and out, that's only 1 lap, so it would have to utilise a lot more than that. Let's go.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
Let's see how this goes. What the fuck's sake?
Okay, you have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one.
For fuck's sake. I'm not quite sure who waits on the outside or on the inside of 150 mile an hour chicane, but thank you very much, Alfa Romeo.
Fourth in the speed trap,
Gonna go up on those again.
214.0 miles per
I
hour.
hope this time I get no traffic. Let's see.
All complete. Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready to go.
Great. I believe the car not ends up going to the back of.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Let's see, what have I got here? 7 minutes left. I'm going to head out with
Our
about
best lap so far is a 1 minute 22.1.
We'll be going out on these softs. Right now I'm in 12th and quite a way behind for the leaders, 2.5 seconds to be precise. Where am I losing the time? Well, pretty much everywhere, but yeah, they're in the 26s and I'm closer to 28, and so I lost most of my time sets. I'm pretty sure I knew that anyway, and my rubbish out of Parabolica
right
was
Let's get out on track while it's clear.
So I'm gonna wait for 4 minutes, get out on the softs. I've got quite a few drivers in here who haven't set a lap, so I've got to be wary of them. Potentially right now I am 3rd last, so we'll see how it goes. Hoping.
We're 16th
wow,
in the speed trap,
195 is amazing.
214.0 miles per hour.
I think I got around a 120.3 last time on these softs, so if we can get that again, that will put me around about 4th at the moment. Not an ideal place to start in my eyes, just with yeah, not an ideal, because you've got 3 cars ahead of you and then you've got a circle behind you.
The factory put in a lot of hours getting the car ready for you this weekend. Let's repay them with a strong performance.
Definitely hoping I can get it to so I'm looking for here, sorry. I'm definitely hoping that I can get I'm just doing some maths. Who is this?
The report's good. We're looking at a dry session.
Sorry guys if there is anyone watching, I've now gone kind of quiet, just now something popped up on my phone, so I was just dealing with that, and okay, 90 seconds and then well, I think his Shao, wasn't he behind me? Yes he was. No, I think that was JFC, so fine. Let's see, heading out in a minute for my flying lap on my softs and see how it goes. I'm hoping the track isn't going to be too busy. One of the great things about this is, I believe, if I'm not wrong, you could get like a track map. Yep, here we go. So try and release myself into good air. Looking to try and release myself. I might wait. I mean, if I no, track that in. I think I'm going to head out now. Just let's go for that.
Checks complete. We're ready.
Come out in the middle of a few cars who may be on flying laps. I'm hoping I don't. Let's see. A bit late. I wasn't expecting that car to come in. So let's see how this goes. Cars coming in, which is good. I'm gonna have some space, which is good. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And I can go flat out with this now. I don't need to worry about it. So I'm just gonna. I hate it when cars do that, cutting corners to make space. Puts pressure on the rest of the sun.
"30 seconds left in the session.
Very carefully there. Thought I was going to go out of bounds, so you see you do get a bit compromised in sectors 2 with the downforce levels that I'm running, but it does really help with sectors 3. I've got a lot to do now. This car doesn't get in my way. Thank you very much, Temp. Let's go. Let's see what am I going to get here. Definitely better. Shit. My language, but that was rubbish. 127, that's rubbish. Playing that free sub 190, 120s, that is free. That is awesome. It's going to be an interesting race, that's for sure. Did game, I think I was down. I would have effectively been I was 15th, so 6 places up. I'm not going to moan at that. I will be mandatory on the soft tyres now before start. Let's see how this goes. Could definitely be a lot better. But I don't think even, or based on my time for practice, I would have got me only up to 6, so I can't grumble too much. We did have more people join us for qualifying, so see how this goes. For me, always I'm not extra cautious into. Oh sweet, we've got one. It's going to affect me going down position, i.e. no, it'd be Emerald. He's going to start in 11th, so I'll be starting in 8th. Awesome. Sweet. And first and second, I've also got penalties, so cool. So cautious into the first corner. I always try and take the inside line into turn 1 and turn 2. It just kind of depends on where you are on the track. Obviously, if I'm starting on the right hand side, I'm not going to cut onto the left because the chances are to cut up doing so, being so close together at the start. So we'll see how it plays out. First sector is always interesting. So I set up for 14.2 laps of fuel. That's what I'm going to do again. See how it goes. So go race strategy. It's saying 6-7. I'm going to flip it around now because I prefer the softs. So I'm going to flip it around and hope to get a jump on some of the other drivers. I'm going to reduce that to 14.2. Obviously, you get a lot more control over your setup with fuel around that time. So here we go. Wish me luck, guys. So yeah, do we have a formation? I can always tell it was saying. I think it's at the top of my screen normally, so let's see if we've got a formation. Yep, formation map, cool.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. Weather shouldn't play a factor today. We're expecting it to remain dry throughout.
Wow, yeah, a lot of cars who are not going to have warm tyres. You want to pass me, mate? You go for it. So as we saw, my tyre wear's already at like 13% because I have technically run 4 laps on these tyres, so I think I'm going to go a little bit earlier and hope to jump if I can avoid the craziness of this start. Hopefully I don't get caught up in the crap, but it looks like, you know, a lot of people who were
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Well, those ahead of me, so cool. Let's see how this goes. ERS on. Like that. So like I said, I'm going to be cutting them up, so here we go.
Caution, caution. The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green. Great first lap. Keep it up.
The thing I hate as a driver is when you have got a car twitching, which you kind of, it does reduce. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Are you alright? Sit tight, the marshals are on their way.
Oh, that's me done.